The Goon Squad Podcast.
What's up, guys? It's Disco Boogie here.
This classified country boy.
And this is KoKoa. And this is Q.
And we are the Goon Squad.
Today's podcast, we're going to talk about something that has kind of come around within the last 24 to 48 hours. Is probably, I would say, the second massive and probably the most massive ban wave from Instagram and probably Facebook as well. I wouldn't know because I caught one of the Banhammers from there, but a lot of accounts have been taken down. And in particular too, like there was one where I was actually in the middle of messaging somebody. I was messaging Rocky Mountain Agorist, and his account got taken down in the middle of a message I was typing out to him. But I ended up noticing it last night. I was going through some messages on Instagram and was seeing, all these white profiles of Instagrammers and not actual profiles anymore. So somehow I am still on Instagram, and it's I don't know. This whole thing with the Banhammers and everything else like that, all the censorships from the main platforms and stuff, I was seeing that a lot of libertarian pages ended up catching a Banhammer as well.
Yeah. Well, the thing that's even more crazier is I know you're seeing it more from the Instagram end of things, but on Facebook, I already cleaned up my personal business, all like shit that I did not want to get involved with any movement or nothing. That was already cleaned up a while ago. I had no involvement in that. All I had was just libertarian pages where we're actually having open discussion about ideas and how we want to do things. And now they pretty much shadow banned my account where I can't even, like, I'm not banned. I can go comment on my friends' posts and all that shit, but I can't go on like news pages or even libertarian groups or any groups for all that matters. Like, I can't even post memes on a regular basic meme board that me and my friends all share. They put me on a month ban for that. Like, yo, like that, you're doing it right before the election. That is just straight up voter suppression.
Oh yeah, it's censoring that there is another option to vote instead of between the two fucking jackasses that they got running right now. I mean, seriously, if anybody's going to be voting and they're going to go and they decide that they want to vote third party, but they're, hinging on the fact that, maybe like one or two of their friends might have a little bit of knowledge or, like the right link or something like that they could send them and help push them to, vote in a certain direction. Some of these people are going to end up going and not knowing about another party. I mean, it's fucking bullshit. And the thing is too, when I initially got my first ban from Facebook, because I came around a second time so that I could make a page on Facebook for the podcast, I kind of was I was thinking, I was like, well, it is a business, and, part of, like, especially like for the anarchy community and things like that, and being, like ANCAP and understanding, okay, that's their right as a business. They can, pick and choose whether or not I get banned or whatever. I'm using their platform. But then I was reading something interesting that really kind of got me thinking. It is a public platform, though. They put it out there as a public platform. And they're going to pick and choose what can be done, what rules can be said, and they can pick and choose what you say on there and how you voice your opinion, whether or not it's, just libertarian point of view, or if you go on there and you post like certain spicy memes. Like for me, what got me was I was sharing a couple of Kyle Rittenhouse memes that looked like the Fallout VAT system. And I mean, that was funny as shit. And it wasn't exactly like promoting violence or anything else like that or hate speech, but that was one of the things that got me kicked off of there. And now that I think about it, all this stuff that they're like pulling people from Instagram and Facebook and everything else like that, it's more deeply connected to the community than anything. And so we're finding that a lot of people are starting to lose contact and lose touch, like with everybody within the community. And it's just, that seems to be their goal, is how can they break us up and how can they separate us? But at the end of the day, we need to be smarter than them. Stop making another account and going back on Instagram for your 7th or 8th run. They've got a fucking IMEI fucking track on your phone now. It's no longer IP address, because they're getting through fucking VPNs too. They're getting your fucking phone, or they're getting your device that you logged into, And that's how they're getting you. It doesn't matter. So you could be on your 6th or 7th account, and instead of just keep doing that and going back for more, just go and try and rally some people together and try to start a small community or a large community on a separate platform. I mean, that's going to be the best way to save a headache, and it's going to prevent some separation.
All right, so on the whole fact of them getting around the VPNs and all that kind of stuff, what they're doing is they're taking your physical address or something also called an IMAC address. There's a bunch of names for it. It's a physical number applied to every component in your computer, in your phone. Everything. Like, it's all called a physical address correlated to your specific device. So they're taking that data that they have pretty much mined from your application, from your web browser, that kind of stuff, and using it to be able to track you better. They also do a lot of that with the advertising. That's another tool they use to help with the permanent ban.
Yeah, they're out in their vehicle right now. But yeah, I mean, KoKoa definitely was affected by that. I know I'm speaking for him, but this is definitely something we were discussing. He had his personal Instagram page, for example, that I know because I mean that's the latest that was banned for him. He didn't even have anything spicy on any of his pages or anything. I mean, hell, even when he requested to follow me, I didn't even know it was him at first, and there was nothing spicy on his page at all, and he got it. And it's like, that gets to be really frustrating because then again, it's them choosing to write the rules, and they're breaking the community up. And we got to be smarter about this. We have to be. I mean, it's getting to be bullshit. They're getting what they fucking want.
And like I said, like I mentioned earlier too, it's like, it's not even just our community. They're attacking not just the libertarians, but even like people that support the Green parties or progressive Democrats, even Antifa, like anybody who is outside of the status quo, even the Proud Boys, they're deplatforming them right now so they don't have a voice or can spread or anything like that.
Yeah, and it's horseshit. I mean, the First Amendment right is clearly being violated. And I don't give a shit if you run a business or not. You know, if you are going to try and think that you can trump a constitutional law so that way you can push your agenda, and instead of being reasonable on, trying to spread information. I mean, because look what happened with fucking Trump in 2016, that whole fucking scandal. How Facebook and everything else like that was accusing him of having collusion with Russia to make all these different ads and shit like that to go on there so people would fucking vote for him. Trump was exactly what you said, against the fucking status quo. He wasn't even truly slated to fucking win, because there was other options like Marco Rubio and stuff like that I think they were really pushing to run and win. And instead, Donald Trump ended up being the candidate and the president. So, and then they turned it around and they blamed fucking Russia. So now it's themselves that's doing the fucking censorship and voter suppression and everything else like that. Like, come on, what the fuck? Seriously.
Literally all it was project cost. That's it. I had like 2 pictures myself, and then it was nothing but build photos and shout outs to companies like K2 or D1 Motorsports. Big, also completely neutral companies. Q, my brother, his Instagram was nothing but a photography portfolio. That's it. Nothing but a bunch of scenic photography, and it's gone too. Sorry, I got a little late on that. Didn't really want to interrupt you, but even my Facebook, I cleaned it up. I have one ban in the past that I deserved. I kind of posted a picture of it. Yeah, that violated there. That violated. I deserved that one. But that was the only thing that I've actually done that violated their terms of service. Beyond that, it's a few memes. My last one was a meme that said,
did you know if you hold a lobster to your ear, you could hear the sound of a lobster attacking you?
I saw that, and then both of our accounts got banned.
Even in the middle of trying to help somebody through a very emotional crisis when my account got banned. I was halfway in the middle of typing a message to a friend of mine who's out of state right now and having a lot of issues. So they're hurting people in a lot of bad ways that they wouldn't even think about right now. And it's not only on the political level. And I don't think they've really understand that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's the part of, like, silencing all these voices and stuff. I mean, and that's what it is exactly. I mean, you're silencing a voice. You're silencing an opinion, and it's for a political gain, for a political move. In reality, what I kind of think it comes down to is all these big name social media companies were put in front of Congress, and they were being questioned for a bunch of shit. And as soon as they walk away, I mean, boom, here comes the biggest fucking banhammer that they've had in a long fucking time. And it's like, I wonder where some of that fucking pull came from.
But part of it too is this kind of lumps journalists in it together, where part of the reason why the Democrats and Hillary Clinton won in the last elections was because of the WikiLeaks, the emails, which basically say that, the Democrats fucked over Bernie Sanders. And they still want to ignore the fact that they did that. And they did it to him twice. And Trump was talking about the campaign. Look what they did. They had Bernie Sanders. They could have won. And look what they did. Crooked Hillary. It was true. Everybody can look it up and boom, there it is. But look what's going on right now. The Hunter Biden shit. Even the DOJ just came out recently. No, they've been actively investigating him for over a year now. So it's like, how are they going to, right before the election, they know a scandal like this would make or break Biden. It's definitely breaking him now because people are now finding out that the media is basically the propaganda arm for the Democrats right now. Like, it's fucking disgusting that they're doing that. Like, I can't believe they actually just went after, like, honest libertarians that were literally, like, using their platform, been contributing to it for so long, deplatform them, not allow them to have discussions. Like, we have some civilized discussions in the libertarian groups, even the anarchist groups and all that shit. And now, like, we can't even participate right now anymore. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, seriously. I mean, I haven't even, like, talked to any of my, like, right-wing friends or anything else like that. They seem to still have their accounts up and stuff. But
yeah, my Trump supporter friends still have their accounts up. And I even asked them, like, hey, did you get this? Like, no. And I got this. And when I told them, like, wait, like, was it just you? Because I know you post some spicy shit. Like, I don't post, like, really spicy shit, but I post some pretty spicy shit. They were just like, wait, how the fuck did you catch a ban? Like, and when I told them it was libertarians that are noticing they were catching this, like people that were not either Democratic or Republican, he was disgusted by that whole sheer thought too.
I do know there was one very large Latinos for Trump group taken down.
Yeah, they got taken down like 2 days ago.
Yeah, that's the only right-wing group I really know about right now at this moment.
Oh, that's because that goes against the whole fucking narrative. I mean, because they're trying to paint Trump to be, like this hateful, racist, promoting extremist groups and things like that. And so, you got an entire Latino for Trump group, and that's not painting that narrative for them. I mean, that's an entire fucking group dedicated to show that, people don't think that Trump is fucking racist, and they want to silence that voice.
If you notice one other thing, Facebook, everybody's been silencing everything about Hunter Biden's laptop recently. And the Democratic Party is pushing that hard, trying to keep that under wraps. But now, apparently, there was an accident somewhere in the coding at Facebook, and now they're all up in arms because with all of us getting blocked, a couple of Joe Biden ads got blocked too. Now that the censorship's on them, they're pissed about it.
At the end of the day, what should happen with us as the community is, fuck these platforms. I mean, first of all, us having accounts on there and us being subject to all the fucking ads and everything else like that we see, that's a paycheck for that fucking company anyway. So we need to be banding together and finding an alternate platform, and just moving there, and maybe even not all moving like as one and then getting attention drawn to the new platform or anything else like that. But there are platforms out there that are not well known at all and are actually really, really good, especially like with encryption or user privacy. I mean, if you can, try to get as many people there as possible, spread them out, go find other different platforms that you go to. I mean, and if anything, at the worst, yeah, some of us don't fucking like the idea of it, but don't be posting fucking spicy shit too that that some dipshit who wouldn't understand the humor in it would fucking look at and report and then try to get pressure applied to the company. I mean, there's a platform right now that I have concern for. They seem to be really good, like with encryption and things like that, but I have a little concern because of the simple fact I could see that once it gets known that, a lot of people have migrated or moved towards it, that there's going to be attention drawn to it and a lot of pressure applied to that company to deplatform people once again. And so that comes down to it is, okay, fine. If you all want to move and migrate to one platform, have a backup platform that you go to and be connected with the same people. Don't use it, whatever. You get deplatformed from the other fucking group that you were using. Oh, fucking well. Guess what? You've got another one that you're going to. You're still connected and still consistently keep going through, because that even goes back to even like layering like securities and stuff like that within your groups and preventing OPSEC problems and things like that, is just to be able to have another platform to fall back to and to even communicate and provide and do like security stuff for your groups and things like that. Like, I mean, we have to be smarter than these assholes that are trying to corner us and separate us, because that's exactly what the fuck they want to do.
Yeah, and they're getting away with it. But here's the other thing too that I got into a discussion with a friend of mine. You remember before October, Facebook was letting everybody know, yo, we're going to be doing this in the elections to curb this. They let everybody know. And I know not a lot of people don't read those terms of service all the way. I myself will admit that I didn't read it all the way through, but I at least got the TLDR, the too long didn't read version, which basically said, yeah, we're going to be suppressing election shit. Be on the lookout for that. Well, fuck, here it is. This is what they're doing. And the fact that they're targeting the Libertarian pages is beyond me. The Libertarian, Green Party, all that, still fucking frustrated about it.
What isn't a good look is that now that they've done this, now in tandem too, like what's been in the news is you see Walmart took their guns and ammo and shit off the shelf and citing civil unrest. Like, so first of all, you're going to try and blame the Libertarian Party. I mean, this is my perception of it. You're going to try and blame the Libertarian Party and silence all those voices and think that you got away with nobody being in contact anymore. And then you're going to have, then you've got stores taking guns and ammo and shit out of there and citing civil unrest. What's that doing? That's all seem to be like they're trying to point the finger at the Libertarian Party, which is absolutely fucking asinine, because out of any fucking political group out there, we're probably the most fucking peaceful.
Were they actually actively saying there was a Libertarian Party doing that? Because
no, I was saying that from my perception, the way I'm looking at it, it seems like that, there's a finger being pointed at one direction versus the other. And it definitely seems like with everything that's going on, it's like in tandem that that it seems like we're being blamed for that kind of fucking mindset.
I wouldn't say that it would be the Libertarians, just because of the fact that like even progressive friends of mine that they're Democrats, but they fucking hate, they're basically Bernie or bust people. Like they fucking hate Biden, and they were also getting silenced too. So it's not just the Libertarians. And I don't know if you guys are in more like in states that have like more lax gun laws and shit. But like in California, for example, if you've gone to any gun store or any FFL or anything, the line is fucking ridiculous now because of all the background checks and all that shit bullshit. But there's a lot of first-time gun buyers that are just finding out about like guns and shit in general. Like I was waiting in line to get some ammo, and next thing you know, this guy's like, "Oh, so what kind of ammo are you gonna get?" It's like, "What, 9mm?" "Oh, how's that?" It's like, "Why are you asking me?" Like, dude, ask those guys. Don't ask me. And they're just like asking so many questions, like, "Oh, so what's the process you have to do?" And I had to explain to them the California laws, because obviously we're fucking lawyers at this point for knowing all this shit. And explaining like, "Oh, we have to do background check for this, that." And these are like Democratic people that voted for this shit in the first place. They're like, oh, wait, so that's why, oh, that is some bullshit. What the fuck? Like, yeah, you voted for you, dipshit.
Yeah, this is your fucking fault, asshole.
Yeah, and guess what? If you try to, it's funny because like the Walmart thing wouldn't affect California much anyways. Because like if you buy a gun even like right now, you have to wait 10 days to even pick it up.
See, if you're in Alabama, you pretty much go through a like, you're not lying to me, correct? Yeah, I promise I'm telling you the truth. All right, here's your gun. Purely off of the honor system here in Alabama, but everyone is armed in Alabama, just about.
The express lane at the gun store.
Actually, there is a gun store I've been to that has an express lane. You have a membership card.
I'm not surprised.
Like, I'm down for the full capitalistic experience when it comes to buying a gun. It makes me laugh. It's like when you go to Walmart and you see like the 10 items or less item, it's like, this lane's for buying guns, this lane's for buying ammo.
I wish they could do that in California. It's like, I had to wait like almost an hour to get ammo. What was that?
When I went to buy my first ever gun, I was 20 years old. I bought my first gun. I went in, gave them my money, filled out the paperwork, stepped outside, called some people, had a cigarette. After I finished my cigarette, I went back in, and they were like, all right, here's your gun. I was like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I took my girl to buy her first one recently, and they actually came outside and got us while we were smoking.
There you go. Yeah, out here, we got to do the whole background check and bullshit. But even when you have to buy ammo, you have to do that too. So, like, the fact that a lot of these people were just, like, finding out for the first time, yeah, you have to do a background check every time you buy ammo.
All right,
Yeah.
Remind me never to move to California.
Oh, dude, it's beautiful here, man. Just our laws suck.
When you're moving all over to all the more free states, and they're all voting the same stuff there.
I'll just wait for the state of Jefferson to exist, if it even happens.
I lived out in California for 3 years, and the only good thing about it was the fact that beer and cigarettes were cheaper than like the state of Ohio. Like whenever I'd come home to Ohio,
I guarantee they're not now.
I don't. Well, pack of smokes now runs me about $7.
Yeah, no, they raised the tax here another $1 for cigarette products, I believe.
Fuck.
I would love to visit California.
Just wouldn't want
The only problem is, you know, I have one car I want to take road trips in and have all kinds of fun in, you know. And California would probably put me in prison if I drove that car on their roads.
I believe
those
it.
smog laws, dude. Fuck them. Holy shit. What
Wait,
the
fog laws? Oh, you're talking about the lights, huh?
Smog.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about the fog lights.
No, smog is like the car that I drive everywhere, the one that I actually take out to do fun stuff. It's actually down to be swapped right now, but as I was driving it before, the exhaust is completely illegal. Every portion of the exhaust is illegal. Height's illegal. The exhaust volume is illegal.
Oh yeah, I'll believe it. You know where I'll tell you where it's legal in California. Go to Oakland. They don't give a shit out there.
Yeah, my wheels are bigger than the car's factory. Everything on the car's been touched, and most of it's aftermarket, and most of it's illegal in California.
Yeah, I'll believe it. You know, like that, the whole smog laws. I know we're going to like a whole California roasting session of my state, but like the smog laws out here are so ridiculous that like diesel cars, especially commercial ones, have to switch their catalytic converters to a more California compliant ones. And these catalytic converters would range from like, I think the cheapest I've seen was like $800 to like almost like $5,000 depending on the vehicle. That like a lot of these commercial places that have like older trucks, they can't drive those cars on the road anymore. So they have to sell them for like, either have to get a new truck that's compliant, which is expensive as fuck, or get rid of them and sell them to a different state. And now, I think this happened in LA and a bunch of other places. People are fucking robbing dealerships and fucking like random neighborhoods or like truck yards and shit, and chopping off the catalytic converter now and selling them.
Yeah, the Toyota Priuses have a pretty cool guard that's been made for them, just real thick metal that you could cut through, but it'd take longer. That they've designed now to just bolt straight into the car's chassis as it is with no modification, because Toyota Priuses cats get stolen so much, and people have gotten so fast at it.
Well, it
Imagine
doesn't
just
help
like
that you can like pick up the car with one hand, flip it on its side, and cut it off and set it back down.
I don't know about Priuses because those batteries are pretty expensive. Just delivering one of those on one of my old jobs, but you know what car you can do that to? A Hyundai Elantra. Those cars you can flip those over easy. I'm telling you, they're fucking light.
I was just making a joke about Civics because they get stolen all. They just steal the whole Civic. Like,
Oh yeah, unless it's stick shift.
Yeah. No, the sticks actually get stolen more here.
Oh, what the fuck? Maybe Californians just don't know how to drive stick out here then, because my old one never got stolen, and I parked in some sketchy places.
I'm going to drive myself a Fast and the Furious car. 75 shifts in a fucking half mile.
Speaking of Civics, did you see that show on Netflix, Fastest Car?
No,
One of my favorite cars is on there. So, yeah.
That Honda Civic driver? Oh my god.
Censorship to talking about cars.
This is fucking normal. I put a disclaimer up there. It's like, come listen to the fucking liberty-minded ramblings of fucking Goon Squad. Like, cause yeah, no, we definitely fucking do this. But see, this is what happens. You don't censor people, and we start to have other conversations. We're probably going to be pretty fucking hostile. We keep talking about motherfucking censorship with Mark Zuckerberg. Fuck that alien-headed looking motherfucker, piece of shit. But, you know.
Dude, I don't trust anybody who drinks water like that. Come on, bro.
He like sit there and fucking like laps it up.
Water? Look at fucking Donald Trump, his little fucking like both hand looking ass shit.
No, but hey, he drinks it like a fucking man, like he's drinking like a chalice. Mark is like taking these little baby sips, like what the fuck?
I can't get over Donald Trump fucking using both hands to sip out of a bottle of water, man.
But he was saluting people all day. His arm was tired.
I can't get over watching fucking Mark Zuckerberg drinking water and then licking his eyeball.
Reptile man strikes again.
They're all fucking lizard people. That's why they're fucking banhammering people, because we're all fucking human and we're real.
It's all part of Agenda 2020, the globalist.
So we should start placing fucking bets now at this point to be like, what is going to be the next fucking thing of 2020 that's going to come around?
You guys don't have your bingo cards already?
Ah, fuck, dude.
We already hit the big bingo.
Yeah,
right.
Bingo a couple months back.
No bullshit though. All right, so and I one of the boys here can attest for it. So this whole thing with the murder hornets and shit that were like coming out that they found in Portland, I had them things at my fucking house a couple years ago, and I have somebody that can physically attest to that because it's still fucking dead in my cabinet, and the thing is like huge. And
are you
these
sure it
things
wasn't a
were
regular
living-
hornet?
No, fuck that, dude. These were not fucking regular hornets. I mean, they sounded like helicopters in my house, dude. Like, I was fucking, holy fuck.
I saw a news article about them finding a nest of them in a tree in, like, Washington a couple weeks ago, too.
Yeah, it was in Washington, Portland, and where that happened.
Oh.
Yeah. No, fuck that shit. Like, when I read about that, I was like, oh, that's what 2020 is offering? And then, like, they were like, yeah.
I heard people were combating those with praying mantises.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, them fucking things, though, are fucking wicked. I fucking tell you what. I came home from work one day and was checking the mail, and one came up and fucking told me to get out of my vehicle, and it took it and drove down the road. I wasn't going to fucking argue. But, so, funny story on that. So, we were coming home one night. It was late. I don't remember what time. And there was a couple of them posted up by my door when we were getting ready to go in the house. And so I kind of waved them off a little bit, and they kept coming back. So I kept waving them off, and finally the old lady went in the house, and I'm like, fuck that. I'm not going to have them sitting there because they were trying to make a nest by the door. So I went and I got my blowtorch, and I'm like, I'm not about to fucking get too close to these little bastards, you know? And I got one of them and killed it, and the other one flew away, and I was like, whatever, fuck you. No, that son of a bitch went back and got fucking friends, dude, and was like, I'm fucked, and I ran, dude. And I ran probably about a good mile and everything. And the old lady could hear me screaming and cussing and shit running down the road. And I come back and she goes, what happened? And I was like, I almost got stung. She goes, what, did the one get away? I was like, yeah, the one went away and fucking came back with his fucking colony and was about to fuck my ass up. God, them things are fucking nuts. I bet you they don't fucking censor their fucking colonies.
They're gathering supplies, resources, getting together, and then they attack.
Yeah, they got their shit down. They didn't get a fucking B-book ban or anything else like that. Their fucking Insta-Bs are okay. They're out there, like, snapping pictures of chasing fucking poor white people in fucking Ohio. That's inciting violence, and they didn't get fucking banned for it. So explain to me why we are so uncivilized fucks that we're going to sit there and drop the Banhammer on people.
I don't know. I'm reading up on that because that sounds hella weird, because I would have heard about, because I have a lot of friends that are biologists, and they would have been all over that shit if it reached the East Coast. But I guess in Kentucky, yeah. In Kentucky, there's a species of European hornet that looks like the Asian one.
Is that one orange or?
Yeah, it's kind of orange, yeah.
Okay.
Because the Asian one is a lot more brighter.
Yeah, no, the old beekeeper that got out, he had like some little four-door Saturn that he pulled up in, and he gets out, decrepit-looking old dude. And I'm thinking, this guy's going to get fucked up. Like, these bees ain't going to fuck around. And he's watching them, and he ended up catching one, and that's when he was like, oh, that's a giant Asian hornet. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'd like never fucking heard of it.
Yeah, no, he might have been either fucking with you or something, but yeah, I guess there's another species of European hornets that are giant European ones or some sort. They look like the Asian one, but they're not.
Either way, I don't give a fuck. They were the size of a horse, and
they're scary. I know.
They were very fucking scary.
Yeah, I would have burned the house down too.
Oh, I damn near did. Dude, every fucking year, dude, we have some weird infestation every time. One year we had fucking frogs that kept getting in the house. And it's, what the fuck? Boot them bastards out the door, hippity hoppity, get off my fucking property.
I just hope like the Libertarian Party or like everybody starts waking up to all this shit, and like the Libertarian Party like maybe file a lawsuit, because like honestly, like I get it if they're going after like goon shit, you know, like because obviously you know that's what got everybody banned originally, but the fact that Libertarian pages are getting targeted, Green Party pages are getting targeted, like anybody who's not Democrat or Republicans are getting silenced right now. Like, that's not the cash money. Like, nah. Like, even if I don't agree with other people like that, they shouldn't be silenced like that either.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyways, election day's in a couple of days, guys. So you guys, everybody stay safe out there.
Yep. And come follow us on our Twitter at Goon Squad PR. You can find us on Instagram for now at Goon_Squad_podcast. Don't know how much longer that's going to be up there for, but you can also follow me on Twitter at Class Country Boy.
And you can follow me on Twitter at The Boogie Disco, and in Spanish, that is El Boogie Disco.
All right. So stay safe and stay smart. Try to find a different platform, consolidate, and get back together.
Peace.